A lot of really funny things coming out of Disney over the past couple of days. I wanted to lead it off with this. Disney's SEC report, where they basically admitted that they're at odds with the consumer and that they've pretty much failed their consumers. Straight out admitted it, which I thought was hilarious. It's funny that they didn't see this happening. You know, when you alienate half of your audience, it definitely is half because it's half the country. Oh, we'll just dump on them and throw trash at them constantly. I'm sure they'll still keep coming back to support our products. Nope, didn't happen. And they're paying for it big time. Surprisingly, Bob Iger is even agreeing with the woke agenda criticisms. Press F to doubt, though, that he's actually going to change anything. What he's doing right now is cleanup and damage control. So the stocks are going down, so he's coming out and saying pretty much what you want to hear to try to stop the bleeding. But apparently the new goal of Disney is to focus on quality, not quantity, and that they've got to stop pushing the message. It's almost like Bob has been watching a lot of people's YouTube channels. However, I don't think they're going to stop because there's no speech of firing a lot of these activists that are infesting this company. And until you get rid of them, there will be no change. There will be none. But the comments are still interesting. Things drastically in the past 2 years have changed at Disney, both within the company and within the company's political climate. Throughout the past couple of years, Disney has been accused of many times of promoting woke agenda via the film's organizations the company supports. While Iger commented on the accusations earlier in 2023, he has commented again. One of Bob Iger's main priorities for 2024, as stated in the final earnings call of fiscal 2023, was to bring creativity back to the production studios. Now, according to Alex Sherman, CNBC, Iger has furthered his comments regarding the future of their films. Now, this is where it gets interesting because he pretty much flat out admits that they've been making nothing but woke shit and they got to get back to just telling good stories. And I highly doubt that's going to happen. Disney cannot help itself. It is desperate to be some kind of social engineering factory. Here, I don't know what's going on with them. Clearly, they don't either, as they've done nothing but fail at the box office. He has some comments on the Marvels, too, that we're going to get to. But according to Sherman, Iger said that Disney creators have lost sight of what their job should be. Iger states that the purpose of their role is to first entertain rather than to get a message across. I agree with that 100%. It should be to entertain first. That should be the main mission of a movie, to entertain, not lecture. But they don't know how to do that. Look what they've been doing with their movies, like the Little Mermaid movie. And I'm not even talking about the actress. I'm talking about the things they did in the movie, like have her be the one to work the ship and defeat Ursula. It's just dumb. Like, it was the prince that did that in the original. But no, we need to change it because of modern times. And then Snow White. Oh, man, that's going to be a shit show. You think they've lost money now? You better reshoot that movie completely. They should honestly just take the loss and tax write it off, in my opinion. But they're not going to do that because they virtue signal too hard. And their most dedicated customers are now the woke. And what are you going to do? You've alienated some of your people so bad, I don't think a lot of fans are going to come back no matter what you do. So they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place now. He does add that storylines and films that are filled with positive messages for the world are a bonus, but shouldn't be the main focus of a film. Positive messages for the world. So that's how you see your woke bullshit, your woke progressive bullshit as positive messages for the world. I view it as a cancer. He continued that the issue got worse when he left as CEO in 2020 And Bob Chapek took over until 2022. During this time, films like Turning Red and Luca debuted, which caused quite the ruckus as the films seemed to take political stances. That's another thing. This is a kind of a TLDR article. It's actually like what he was saying. It's much longer, but this one works better for the video. He did a lot of finger pointing, trying to blame Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek inherited Iger's mess. Bob Chapek was barely there long enough to make things work. In fact, because Iger had such a looming shadow over him, he was never really able to do anything. And I don't think Chapek was a savior, and I'm not trying to defend him, but none of these things are really Chapek's problem. It's all an Iger problem. Iger set the company up to what it was when Chapek took over. If anything, Bob is here fixing his mess now. That's what's going on. And it's funny to me, we're going to throw Bob Chapek under the bus. That's the guy. But as things continue to get worse over the next couple of years, people are going to realize that Iger is the problem. It wasn't Chapek. All Chapek did was keep things going business as usual, basically. And all of your progressive bullshit that you started, he pushed. Because I think one of the biggest things that Chapek did was bend the knee during the parental rights thing in Florida and decided to drag the entire company into some shit they should have never made a comment on. Iger would have done the same thing, I think, as him. Iger would have went out there and bend the knee, too. There really isn't much of a difference between Iger and Chapek. To be honest, Chapek has less charisma. That's really it. He's more of a business guy, but he still was woke, just like Iger. So that's really the big thing. He says that he wants to return Disney to an apolitical stance. And as I say every time this guy opens his mouth, press X to doubt. Press X to doubt. It's been clear for a while, Disney cares less about money and more about pushing the message, and I don't expect that to change. All he's doing right now is trying to stop the stock from melting down even more. Here's some more of that blaming everything but yourself thing that he's been doing. Disney CEO Bob Iger attempts to blame the Marvel's abysmal quality on COVID. Lack of executive oversight on set. Yeah, I'm sure that's all it was. Right. Yeah, nobody was watching the Marvels. No supervision at all. Sure. Oh, yeah, let's bring the coof, too. Definitely, it was the coof. That's what did it. These people never take accountability for shit. Never. So that's really the gist of everything going on. Is Disney is a shit show, and it's not going to get better anytime soon for them. As I've said before, and I'm not the only one that says this, Disney will be the last Hollywood studio to abandon the message. They will be woke until they can't be woke no more. So every other studio will have to stop pushing the message, then Disney will. But they will be the last to do it, I promise you. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. What are your thoughts? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.